Look, I carry water. Because my mouth feels dry.
Wow.
Oh, I said I'm a celebrity.
We already started recording, no?
Serious?
No, I'm serious.
Ah, okay. Then I say now BTS with this. Yeah, this is what it takes to have me on set. I'm expensive, you know.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Theodosia. If you are new here, well, I am a Nigerian content creator living in Mauritius, and today we want to do a video talking about Mauritius basically. And I have here with Steve. Steve has been threatening me.
Lord Steve-O, aka
Steve has been
Mr. Steve-O.
has been threatening
I told
me.
this girl, let's do chicken video, Pepe, where I'll be eating. She said I should buy chicken. I said no problem.
Right now.
We'll go buy them, we'll go do them. But anyway, that one will come later. Let's do this one first.
Anyways.
So yes, my name is Lord Steve-O.
Hi Steve. Steve actually doesn't know what I want to talk about today.
I have no idea.
So what I want to talk about today is like the frustrations of being a student in Mauritius. And so a lot of people have always been asking me about how it is like, can they get a job? What are like the job opportunities? Can they come here and get a job within 3 weeks or 2 days? Or can they get, because I don't know, can they come here as a tourist? These are like the most questions I get. Can they come here as a tourist and get a job within 14 days? Because you know Nigerians really have 14 days. So can they get a job within that 14 days and...
Wait, Aspar, you go to Muta Mohammed, you fly. Enter this place.
Then you have 13 days left. So you have to look for a job.
After that 13 days,
yeah.
Let's say only like 8 are business days. Let me be honest with you. Yeah? You can, by the special grace of God,
only by God's
and the
grace,
determination
actually.
of cry
Yeah.
of a mother. If not, that's not happening. 14 days is too short. I know how. When I first got to this country,
First of all, how long have you been here?
I've been here. I came here 2 years September. So I've been here 1 year and let's say 5 months.
You're not coming in 2022. Okay, then you didn't come in
2021.
Yes.
So I've been here 1 year and
almost 2 years.
A year and a half, basically.
Yeah, almost.
Why
does it feel like 2 years? So Steve has actually been here 2 years. So backstory.
And I'm already done, just to clarify.
You know, so he came here as a student, and was it?
I came here.
You did MSc.
I did only MSc here.
Yeah, he did MSc. He didn't do undergrad. So he did MSc.
If I had done bachelor's here, I say bachelor's. If I had done bachelor's in this country,
yeah, you still be suffering actually. So
this country.
Walk us through the process of like how it was as a student and looking for a job.
Okay.
Because the thing I feel people don't understand is there are certain types of jobs that can give you a work permit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the jobs are not blue collar jobs. When I say blue collar jobs, are like
waiters, cleaners, like normal student jobs.
Normal student jobs, working in Winners or supermarkets, working in a restaurant, doing factory work. Those jobs, or hotels too. Mm-hmm. Those jobs do not give visas. In fact, they prefer, employing students because it is cheaper for them, right?
Yeah, usually.
So we're not talking of those jobs because I don't have a personal experience with that. But, those jobs basically don't give you a visa because there are also criterias that companies look at, and the immigration as well, when they are trying to employ a foreigner. And one of those reasons is, why are you employing this person? Can't you employ a local to do this job? So, I mean, there's nothing really special about a factory worker or a hotel attendant or a waiter that a foreigner has to do. So, that's it about that. So we're talking about white collar jobs. So how was it for you actually? Because I know that you look for a job for a very long time. So how was it for you?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just prepare your mind. If you're coming to this country to look for a job, have a strong mind, have strong will. I came here. So when I left Nigeria, I know they were telling me at home, like, once I get here, like, don't waste time, just start. So mainly I got to Mauritius.
I also told you as well. I also told you as well.
I started spamming LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Anywhere I see anything job.
That was the first thing I told you. I was like, go to LinkedIn. Everybody you know.
Any job you see that you can do, because I'm in tech. So any IT admin, sysadmin, network admin job I see, I apply. I got so many no's. So many, unfortunately. Somewhere, even okay, say come for an interview.
Yeah.
Waste my time. Tell me no. I remember there was one interview I went for. I got a job. They said come for interview. They didn't send me address. Remember that one now? The company name was so. On Google Maps, it was in Iben.
I remember that day.
I went to Iben. I got to the building. They said, sorry, we're in QP.
We're not there.
I said, Jesus Christ. I already paid taxi.
And you know the funny thing, you were still new in Mauritius.
I was still new. I didn't know anywhere.
I
didn't know anywhere. So I just went there looking.
I was like, guy, you have to take the bus.
So I was like, okay, so how do I get from Iben now to QP? How many buses do I enter? I was so confused.
I remember that day.
I now tried to call the HR and say, ma, can I like reschedule for a different day? She said, we have to call our MD to verify. Yada, yada, yada. The next day they told me, I'm sorry. I remember she called me, I was sleeping that day, I was sleeping. She said, hi Steve, unfortunately we found somebody else. I hung the call straight. I didn't even wait, I just said thank you. I hung up the call and back to sleep. Yeah. Because how do you do interview, you don't send me and then I get there, I'm lost.
So actually one tip for me is that
I learned now that day. Send me, before I leave my house, tell me where I'm going to.
If I can't really push for, so I would actually push for like an online interview. Because it's more convenient trying to get to a new place, except like if it's not Grwm, Port Louis or Iben, if it's places I'm not so conversant with, I will probably, push for an online interview.
That's the thing.
But for some companies, they don't even like online.
What are the chances that you have online?
Exactly.
The other one I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 interviews. My first ever one was in Tamarin. It was.
I remember that one too.
It was in I think it was a web designer or something job. I went there.
They were like a digital marketing company.
Very, very small. You know those offices that look like a house?
Yes.
Very small company. Wasted my time. They told me to list everything, all my skills on paper. I wrote everything down. One full scalp. They said, okay, we're looking for somebody that can actually code, or because I don't write code. I don't like it. It's boring. Looking for someone that actually do dev. Someone that can design HTML, JavaScript. I said, okay, that's not me.
They were basically
but I'm a photographer, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a network engineer, I'm a system engineer. They say, okay, we'll get back to you. I had to be texting the HR. She not
I remember, I also applied for that to that company. If you remember,
same nonsense
I also applied to that company.
They should wasted my time. Wasted my time. Now, my third interview, I got a job. Where? In Port Louis. Let me give you an idea of how it is. Yeah. Imagine you are in, if you live in Lagos, imagine you are in.
Before you say this story, it's like, what's the time frame between when you came into Mauritius and the time when you got your first job? Mind you, he's still a student, right? So
not now. I'm not a student.
Yeah. So that time. So the time from when you came into Mauritius and time from when you got your first job.
Yeah.
What was the time frame?
I got my first job in March last year. I started applying since September. September,
October, November, December, January, February, March. So
and 7 months. I even think that one not God, honestly. Because the way the man called me and said, hi Steve, please come in the man told me how much they were paying me that day. And because it was my first job, obviously.
You won't want to over-negotiate.
It was okay.
And the price was not high.
It was not high. Yeah. Now, let me not tell you, because this Port Louis. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was saying, imagine.
Oh, my God.
Imagine if you live in Ikeja and you are going to
the island.
Lekki. That's the distance.
Yeah.
Ikeja to Lekki every day. Now, normally in this country, as a student, they'll tell you, okay, you can only work, like the UK, you can only work 20 hours per week.
Yeah. So here you only work 20 hours per week. How
But
do you want to
let me now bust your head. This Port Louis office, they used me. They said, we'll employ you on paper as part-time.
But you're full-time.
But you are working full-time.
But they are not paying you full-time.
But they are paying me part-time.
Part-time.
Now, let me now bust your head now. Let me bust your head. They know that I have classes and I have coursework to do. Any day I don't come to work, my salary is minus.
Okay, so there are difference between internship and
a part-time
job. But if you're a student, you still have to do your normal 20 hours per week, whether you're doing internship or whether you're doing part-time. But what do you think, besides the whole language barrier, because some companies, except they're an international company, some companies would not want to really employ a foreigner because of the language barrier. They might, conversate in or communicate in English, maybe through email threads, or some might not even. But when you're in the office, I'm also talking from experience, they
will speak Creole.
They will speak Creole, sometimes even in their meetings. So it's even really hard. So besides even the language barrier, what do you think is a reason for a lot of students or foreigners? Why do you think it's hard for them to get a job?
Hard.
Because you tried for 7 months.
They're like,
I know how long I tried before I also got a job.
Let me also say that it depends. Let me first start by what the person. It depends on where you are. In Mauritius, your chances are a bit better if you are in IT.
Yeah. Tech.
First of all,
and you don't just have to be coding.
And your chances are now even more better if you are a developer. If you at least you write code, they're a lot better.
You're like at the top of the.
Then obviously system engineers, network, cybersecurity, cloud, you can still get jobs. But other things like say law, I know for law is a bit difficult here. But now I think the reason why people don't want to employ is because number one, too many fees you have to pay for OP. Any flights involved, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Probably
the company
to
is
accommodation.
Responsible.
The only time you'll be lucky or you'll be favored or God did for you is if your company is a foreign company like my own too, where the people that are bringing into are not Mauritians. That way they can treat you like a fellow expert and then
because they also have experience in bringing expats
so
and hiring foreigners.
But then again, that one is difficult. So I feel like as much as your experience is important, you also have to.
The experience and company is important.
You also have to have a reason. See, make it a homework every day. I say every day minimum I must apply for 10 companies.
20 companies.
Every day.
I swear down.
Apply
20 companies.
LinkedIn.
Everywhere.
My work there's another company I used to use.
Even Facebook as well.
Facebook.
I'm actually going to do a separate video showing you guys where you guys can apply for jobs. Now, the beauty of this whole thing is that if you are highly skilled, you can actually apply before even coming here, and those companies would hire you and bring you in, right?
I've actually not seen.
I have seen a lot, right? I have seen a lot. So sometimes they bring from Nigeria, Ghana, a lot of South Africa, Tanzania, a lot of different countries. I have a subscriber who just came in some weeks ago.
Shout out to you.
Hi, and they employed her. She hasn't even been in Mauritius before.
Which company?
I can't say.
Oh, you can't say. Okay.
So
YouTube, right?
It's in Grwm. Anyway, so they brought her in and she's never been in Mauritius. So that is just one out of a whole lot of other people that I know personally who have come into the country like that, right? And now, let me just show you this tweet. The thing is, Mauritius doesn't have the capacity to employ or allow people migrate to Mauritius. So if they do that on a larger scale, just like UK, Canada, and US, this place will be overpopulated. Do you understand? Yeah. I think like if we're even projecting in the next 5 years, we're already heading there. So there is now a limit to how they can allow people migrate and allow people relocate here for a long period of time.
I am a student. I was a student. I did postgraduate.
Yeah.
For 1 year. They didn't give me anything.
Yeah, so I actually replied. I know the funny thing, I replied, why are you lying, or stop lying, or something like that. And this person actually blocked me. I've actually been seeing a lot of this
now
on Twitter. Now, people were now asking, okay, how much? Because I understand that Nigeria is a difficult place for you to achieve your dreams. Right? Everybody wants to travel. Don't worry. But this guy said 3.7 million. Everything.
Eh?
For school and travel and everything for you to come here. But I actually don't have a problem with that. Where I have a problem is the 3 years school internship.
That's a lie now. Even UK now 1 year.
Yeah. So I mean, schools here are not. They don't give you that.
They don't give you anything. Let's be honest.
No, they don't at all. The only thing they even give you is they just post jobs, and anybody who wants to apply.
The only thing is that they have a program, which is not YPOP.
Yeah, but YPOP is not the school.
It's not the school that will do it for you. It's still the office.
The company that you are.
Once you're done, get out of here. That's what they want. They don't want you here actually.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like, when you're relocating, you feel like you have a lot of bandwidth of, I don't know, what's the English?
Of what? Opportunity?
Opportunities, right? But you don't in Mauritius. You
don't.
Extremely limited. Say, for example...
So this place is what? Maybe the size of Lagos?
Which is it? It's not like Lagos is even bigger than this place. I think
Lagos is probably even bigger.
No, Lagos is actually bigger than this place.
So, imagine...
Besides tech, is there any other thing?
Besides...
I don't think... 0.1%. I'm actually laughing, but it's not funny because besides people, all the people we literally know are working in tech.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
All the people we know
that have
inside and outside of our circle are working in tech.
Are working in tech.
I'm actually thinking on top of my head now if I know any other person. No, I do not. Integration is going to be extremely hard. Not even a little bit hard. It's going to be extremely hard. But in terms of tech is so vast that sometimes you don't even need to worry about language barrier. Because sometimes company is probably an international company. Or even if they are not an international company, their clients are international.
Yeah, so they are forced to speak English.
They are forced to speak English. So, yeah, do you have any other things to say?
Yeah, I just feel like at the end of the day, just pray, because if you want to work in Mauritius, please apply. It's really
easy. You don't really even need to come into the country, and
the process is easier of application.
Yes, but if you are a student,
although if you're a student, it might be a bit easier for you in terms of like if you can focus on getting internship first. Then from there.
But now, okay, so now there's something I'm missing. There's this thing with getting a job, and there's this thing with making sure that the company gives you a work permit. Those are two separate things.
Because where I was in Port Louis, I wasn't even sure they were going to give me work permits.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to God that I left that place when I left.
So what do you think so for me, I've worked in places where, one, I wasn't even expecting them to do a work permit. I've also worked in places where it was sort of like a conversation because I did like an internship, and then after internship, they would do a full-time employment.
Yeah.
So then the conversation came up, but then I had to leave the place. So the question is, how do you think people can really, really navigate? Okay, yes, they have gotten a job, but they are still under the 20-hour limit, and they are still either on part-time or internship. So how do you think people can, because you can actually transition from being a student to working full-time, and you're still a student. Or you can, when now the tricky thing here is you don't really even want to now wait for your student permit to finish before you now switch to being a full-time employee, because you would have to even leave the country if you do not have a valid permit at all.
That's what happened to nah, you see that one, I don't know. On that case of having to like, transfer.
No, so the case is like, what kind of conversations do you think people can have with their companies, or what do you think the process is like? Because everything is dependent on the company to do the work permit for you.
Let's be honest, you will know.
Besides the grace of God,
you will know once they employ you. Like my company, I knew that there was no way these guys were going to do for me, because that office. I think inside workshop. My office now workshop. You know, kind of way you just see different sport laptops everywhere, like Computer Village. That's what it be. I knew those guys were not going to do a work permit for me.
Yeah.
But even if I would have still asked, maybe towards when this thing was expiring. Obviously, you'd have to have like a good record of like delivering on time and stuff, like impressing your superiors. But usually, it depends. If they're a small company, they more or less, most likely would not want to.
Yeah.
Because the cost.
But there are also big companies that
are just lazy.
Do not hire
and greedy
foreigners full time. So the question or the answer for me would be, first of all, you have to look at that company. Do they employ foreigners normally? Do they have like a workforce? Do you understand? And when I mean diverse for us is Nigerians, Africans, right? Do they employ a lot of those people?
These guys, they won't give you. Did you ask them if they're going to give you full time?
So for me, it wasn't even. That wasn't.
No, not be this one. The other one, what you did now? I don't want to mention the name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the thing.
Yes.
So the thing is, normally when you're having like the first interview process, they will ask you what OP or what visa are you on, and if you say, oh, you're on a student visa, then the conversation of when is it going to expire? If it's going to expire soon, because obviously the company will not want to hire you now and then in 3 months they are letting you go. So there is already that conversation of if they would do it for you or not. So we already had that conversation in the beginning, because at that point I was already at the end of my student visa. So in a matter of actual weeks, I wasn't going to have a valid visa. So I think for me that was the grace. But for some people that have like 1 year, 2 years, and they come in and they're doing it, I think you should actually focus on doing internships. So another thing in Mauritius is, if you don't have like a certain skill, or if you haven't worked in Mauritius, it's a little bit hard for people to employ you.
Yeah, it's true.
Because even if you have like a whole list of backgrounds in Nigeria or where you're coming from, they will be like, oh, okay, so have you worked in Mauritius? I know that's one question that most of them have asked.
Yeah, have you worked in there?
Have you worked? And then when they now see my CV and they see, oh, I have worked, they ask me, how was it like? Yes. So they know that you understand.
What was your last pay?
Yeah. So in terms of that transitioning, you would know.
But the problem with internships is that they will work you and they will almost give you nothing.
I don't think you should do internships for more than 6 months.
This babe now, she's working in a law firm. She goes to work every day except Fridays. No mind, they do that every day, 9 to 12, and then on Thursday 9 to 4. They're not paying her. The only thing they're paying for is her transport. Yeah. Here to Port Louis.
Yeah.
Every day.
So I think now, okay, so before, they will tell you that they will not pay you. I think I've also said this in one of my old videos. They'll tell you that they are not paying you salary. They are giving you stipend. Please. And stipend is your transportation and maybe feeding. Sometimes it could be like 5,000 rupees. But that's another reason why you shouldn't even do it for more than 6 months. But now I think there is a law in Mauritius that says the minimum wage should be 11,000 or something like that.
I don't know if they follow it because
they should follow. So a lot of people should actually follow it because that's the minimum wage.
Unless I think maybe unless you tell them, some companies will obviously bank on the fact that you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
So they will not even do it.
So you should even be earning like 10, 11K. Now I know
anywhere you work,
for
even
people,
if it's like people who like
for
work
people
like
who do blue collar jobs,
yeah,
they pay them like on a daily basis, like 700-800. But
yeah, everything should.
Yeah, if you calculate it, it might not even be more than
at least 10K minimum, 11K minimum.
Yeah, sometimes 18K. But yeah, I think that's it. It was just like a conversation, really, so that you guys will understand, because it really frustrates me.
Mauritius.
It really frustrates me because I feel like a lot of people have high hopes.
Key position, mon ami. I don't learn Creole. Ah, Jesus.
I swear, I was in the office one day and they spoke something like, and I responded.
You have to learn because you don't have a choice. You're in that country.
You actually
so
have to understand.
If they say key position, you say correct. You say you spawn properly.
You have to. You actually
don't get a choice. But if you please apply, I'm begging you, apply. If sometimes referrals are good, especially if your friend or somebody you know works there. But if not, apply. Yeah,
and can always get a reference.
That's the best thing.
I think on that note, this is the end. If you guys have any questions, please put it in the comment section.
She will answer you.
Please make sure that you guys ask proper questions, because the questions I do be getting, they
Omo. No, me say again. I was one time I was on your YouTube and I saw one question.
What was the question?
I don't remember. It was very, very silly.
But it was, yeah,
it was a very silly question.
You guys should watch the videos through and through, because I'm actually taking my time to do these videos and, ask questions that, you don't understand. A lot of people have also asked questions in the comment section. I have answered. So you can go through those videos and, check it. And then if you have any question, hit me in the comment section. You guys can also get more information on the EDB website. I am not going to put it on the screen. I'm going to put it in the description box. Please find your way to the description box. And
you see, it's down here.
It's down here.
YouTube.
Go to the description box and you guys should check it out. Everything you need to know about relocating to Mauritius, the different visas and OPs that we have in Mauritius is on that website. It's the official website. So go there and get all your information. And as always, my name is Theodosia and I'll be seeing you guys.
My name is Lostivo. If there's nobody wanted to ask me.
In my next video, get out.
Shalom, peace be unto you.
Shalom.
We will see you, or she will see you in her next video.
In the next video.